Fellows are getting on their feet here on the front straightaway across from our broadcast position. It is Marcus Ambrose on the left side of your screen, our pole sitter Carl Edwards right alongside. They are coming out of turn number 14, down the front straightaway. Race number 25 of the 2009 NASCAR Nationwide Series from Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is green.
Now they're into the slow portion of the course, the S's. This is where it's kind of following the lead. They kind of got to be careful through this area.
And these are the fastest laps they've run all weekend. It's the first time they've been on a dry track. So here they go. They're piling down in these corners, and they don't know what they've got till they get there.
These are some really key laps right now because, like we said earlier, there's going to be a mandatory caution at lap 10 where these guys can come in. If these cars are handling bad because of no practice, they can adjust on them.
Saw the 10 car Justin Marks. There is the 5 of Ron Fellows taking a look underneath for second place. He's going to take the position on Carl Edwards. Jacques Villeneuve in the 32 not able to follow.
Wow, look at how much curve that Ron Fellows is catching there through those corners.
Well, here comes another key area right now. You see Antonio Perez off the track, but we're coming down into the hairpin right now. This is a key area to make some passes. Take a look at the yellow car.
Smoke. That's
Jacques Villeneuve, a good classic pass.
He's got the inside line on Carl Edwards, and it looks like Fellows' brakes are not working too well, like the bias is not quite right. Saw a lot of smoke, and he's under attack.
Well, he locked the wheels up big time getting in the hairpin. That was a big distraction for the two guys racing behind him. You see all these cars making it through here without incident.
You go from about 160, 170 miles an hour down to about 40 in that corner.
Yeah, down to about 40 miles an hour. Now they're accelerating to about 175 miles an hour, guys, into turn 13 right there as they exit turn 14 now, coming back to the start-finish line.
What it means is we go on board with Ron Fellows. You can see Ambrose has opened up a sizable lead. About 1.7 seconds. It is Fellows second, Villeneuve third, Edwards fourth, and Brad Coleman is now in fifth.
Now, one concern I got, guys, is this 5-car around Fellows right here. You see the air dam is tore up on it. That happened yesterday in qualifying. Will that hurt his performance? I think it really could hurt performance as this race goes on.
Caught the tail end of Kyle Busch getting off track, and the 98 got around him. So Menard takes over the spot. Oh, damage to the 18.
Yeah, he's pushing a little bit hard right here, and it's really hard to not do that at the beginning of a race, but Kyle Busch is losing spots. Here's Mark Green going around.
So Mark Green takes it off in turn numbers 1 and 2 area. And now back to Kyle's situation. Question is that doesn't look like it's rubbing against the wheel, so shouldn't be a major issue.
No, it looks fine right here. That damage to the headlight won't hurt him at all.
Boy, look at Colin Braun in the 16. He goes right around Kyle on the low side, takes the spot away. So Brown, who finished third in the truck race on Friday night, moved him up a couple of spots.
They're entering turn 8 right there, exit out of 8, and that corner right there is a good passing zone also. But boy, I tell you what, if you get too aggressive, you can spin that car out there, and these guys are all aware of that.
Jason Leffler, who started this race back in the middle of the pack, trying to work his way up as well. He's got Kyle Busch right in front of him. Look out, fellas, about 3 inches between all 3 cars there for a second. That is turn 10 at the far end of the racetrack.
Marty, one thing these guys want to do is set their passes up for these passing zones. Take a look at Carl Edwards getting into 13 now, 175 miles an hour, down to like 70.
Look at that 32 car jump over that curve.
Saw Carl give him a little wave out to the side, but he's not surrendering the position as they come down the front straightaway to complete lap number 2, heading down into turn 1.
There's a little bit of aggressive driving going on right now. Jacques Villeneuve, probably he's been told that these brakes in these cars don't hold up too good, so he's going to have to not be so aggressive like he's been right now, Andrew, or else he's going to burn these things right off this car.
Well, one thing he's thinking right here, if he could get by Carl Edwards and get a little bit of gap out there, he might be able to save the brakes a little bit. He's trying to get this spot now as quick as he can without using too much brake.
While all this is going on, we can tell you Marcus Ambrose has opened up a 2.6-second lead in 2 laps. My question for you is, with this mandatory caution coming up, is there any reason for him to push that hard?
Well, yeah, I think track position is so important, and you see how hard it is to pass. I mean, now Carl Edwards looks like he's got a clear advantage over Villeneuve.
And I guess one of the questions is he really pushing real hard? Is the car just that good? We know he's that good. Maybe it's just running that fast easy. And if it's doing that, hey, let the baby go. Get out front.
Whoa, Colin Braun, and it looks like he's got a major issue.
And he's got some oil smoke from under the car. He's pulling off the racetrack.
So
he's got a transmission, engine, something's wrong here. See a little trail of oil under the car.
Going to get a full course caution here on lap number 3, our first of the day. He was running 10th, and you saw how easily he got around Kyle Busch, but all of a sudden, something lets go in the 16th 3M4.
Well, Marty, there's a lot of shifting going on there. A lot of shifting, a lot of revs in the engines. It could be anything. You see the trail of oil behind the car. Andy, that could be anything, the engine or the transmission.
Well, he had 2 cars that had transmission issues during qualifying, the 34 Tony Raines and the 12.
Well, we see a lot of oil run out of the front of the car there. Probably could be an engine problem. I mean, this road course racing is extremely hard on the equipment. You see all this right here coming out from under the front part of the car. I don't think the transmission holds that much oil.
I don't think it does.
I believe we know what the problem is right there.
Yeah, that's the engine, that's for sure.
Jamie, what's the latest from pit lane?
Well, just before you guys saw the 16 with all the smoke, he said, guys, I lost oil pressure. I think I'm blowing up. And then, boom, it let go. So it looks like his day is over.
All right. Tough break for Colin Braun. As we mentioned, he finished 3rd in the truck race Friday night up in Chicago. Made the long trip down here just to get soaping wet yesterday, and now he's out in lap 3.
And one of the struggles on a road course is you're turning the left and right, and that's a hard thing to keep the oil next to the pickup in the tank and keep that oil pressure solid. And like I said, he lost a little pressure, and once you lose it, even for just a little bit, it can scuff those bearings, and next thing you know, it'll explode.
Well, pit road is closed, so everybody's going to have to take another lap around. That'll give us a chance to take a break. And Marcus Ambrose, who had a 2.6-second lead, well, that's all gone away as we're under our first caution here in Montreal.